Catherine had a very difficult childhood. Her parents were constantly going out, constantly bringing home strange women and men to celebrate the next holiday, and Katya grew up alone. She would go outside and spend practically all her time there. She played with different boys, got acquainted with boys, and so on. Even at an early age, she said to herself, "I'm going to grow up to be a well-to-do mom, so my kids won't need anything. So they don't suffer and don't go hungry like I did." And you know, she kept her promise. Already at the age of 19, she had a lot. Since she grew up on the street all her childhood, she did not waste time. Already at a young age, she learned how money works, found the right contacts, and was able to create her own business. The girl did not look like a girl, rather it was a determined character as a girl. But as it was meant to be, she wanted her family. She wanted those people who would always support her way, no matter what happened. And already at the age of 21, she was married. The two people fell so much in love that all the problems, hardships, and other hindrances prevented them from parting. Oleg proposed to her in a most unusual place. The wedding was scheduled in 2 months, during which time they had to gather all the guests, arrange a real party, buy everything, and generally prepare a festive event. Oleg took care of all the official part, and Catherine took care of inviting guests, buying extra things, and so on. One day Oleg asked his future wife, "Listen, Katya, you and I have been together so long, but you never told me anything about your parents. Will they at least be at your wedding?" "Oleg, I understand your interest, but let's let it go. I do not want to see them, and I do not know if they are alive. I talked to my mother about a year ago, when we first started dating. Nothing had changed with them, so I didn't want to see them." Oleg understood the seriousness of the situation, but wanted to surprise her. After all, such an important event and without parents is not the case. He went to Katya's native village to visit her parents and tell them everything. Through neighbors he found the house where they lived. "Hello, does Inna Nikolaevna live here?" An old woman of about 55 showed up from the kitchen and asked, "Who are you? What do you want in this house?" "Excuse me, are you Inna Nikolaevna? Catherine's mother?" "Yes, but which Catherine are you talking about?" "She left me a long time ago. I don't have a daughter." "That's not what she told me. She says that you..." "Wait a minute. She said a lot of things, they're all lies. You see, the girl grew up, we gave her everything, a place to live, a car, money, a future, all at our expense. And as soon as she broke free, she forgot all about us. Now we are living in misery. It can't be." Katya always said that she did it all by herself. As you can see, she didn't. And what exactly are you to her? I'm her husband-to-be. Actually, I came here to invite you to our wedding. After all, you're her mother. Inna Nikolaevna stood listening to the young man for a long time. Originally she did not want to go anywhere, but Oleg changed her mind. Oleg brought her to his home, where Katya was. They saw each other, they got really angry. "Mom, how did you get here?" "Katya, I brought her here, please talk, you obviously have something to discuss, asked Oleg. There is nothing for us to discuss. Because of it all my childhood tormented. What are you talking about? Daughter, I really want to be at your wedding. No, you don't. Don't come to my wedding, you'll ruin everything. After these words, Katya closed herself in her room, and Oleg rented a hotel room for his mother, thinking that during the celebration she would change her mind. The celebration came. The newlyweds had already gotten married, all the official traditions had been observed, and it was time to celebrate. Oleg rented a swanky restaurant almost in the center of the city. Relatives were mostly at Oleg's, and friends gathered on both sides. It was one of the happiest days for Catherine, until something happened. While celebrating, Katya noticed her mother, who had just arrived at the restaurant. Oleg, did you call her here? She attacked her husband. Yes, honey, I'm sorry, but I thought that at least today you could make up. Katya immediately ran up to her mother. This was seen by practically all the guests standing around. I told you not to come here. Why did you come here? Looked at her daughter toward her mother. You should at least dress decently. You came in your old clothes. Why do you disgrace me? Her daughter continued to be indignant. Daughter, Katyusha, I wanted to congratulate you on your wedding. I'm sorry, I have nothing new to say about these things. Go away, please. Don't spoil the party. At this point, one of Oleg's relatives interceded for the old woman. As it turned out, it was Oleg's cousin. Katya, why are you angry? If I understand correctly, it's your mother. Then let him stay. How is it to chase away your own mother? No, let her go. I do not want to celebrate while she's here, said the girl indignantly. Here already many other guests, including Oleg, began to ask Catherine to leave her grandmother alone. They understood that it was her mother. She is obligated to attend her daughter's wedding. Catherine took great offense at her friends and guests, but she agreed nonetheless. All evening she sat and did not want to talk to anyone, thinking that her celebration was ruined, until her mother approached her. You know, daughter, you're doing all right. I didn't give you a normal childhood. You weren't happy with me. But look at what you've accomplished. Look at the scale of this celebration, and you did it all by yourself with Oleg. Let me correct my mistake. Now I have nowhere to go. Our father died a long time ago. I'm alone now, and you know, every day I regret what I did, that I couldn't be there for you. When Katya heard all this, she cried and hugged her mother. In fact, she really needed her mother, but because of her difficult childhood she could not forgive her, and now, when she said that she regretted it, feelings arose in Katya. From that day forward, Katya's mother began to live near them. They bought her a small apartment so that she would always be there to help in case of emergency,